From New York Times best-selling author Paula McLain comes a propulsive new mystery of intertwined destinies and heart-wrenching suspense. A detective hiding away from the world, a series of disappearances that reach into her past. Can solving them help her heal? When the Stars Go Dark tells a story of fate, redemption, and what it takes to reclaim our lives. When the Stars Go Dark by Paula McLain. Available wherever books and audiobooks are sold.
Blog Talk Radio.
Hi, this is Jennie Walker, and welcome to Closet Conversations. Today I want to talk to you about the shocking Goodwill price changes. And when I mean changes, I mean increases. Wow. Is it still a treasure hunt in there? I don't know, but we're going to talk about it. So I went in today and was sourcing per usual, and I was noticing the increased pricing everywhere. It's just staggering. I put on Instagram a pair of black patent leather heels that were they were basically like a new from a TJ Maxx donation with the price tag still on it, but super like dirty and scuffed up and blah blah blah. $34.99. I was like, what? And so yeah, so I just want to talk about it. So what I've noticed lately is they've really increased their prices. So the Goodwill is doing a great job of listening to all of our videos and podcasts about what's selling, and they're now upping the prices because they know that that they can get it. But I think what they're missing is the fact that we are marketing and selling these products in a very different way than they are. I mean, these are the only online that they have is their auctions for the most part. Some of the independent stores do have eBay stores and things like that, but pretty much it's anything good is sent to the Goodwill auction place. I mean, these prices like $14.99 now for Zara Sweaters. Let me tell you, when Zara had their clearance, their end-of-the-year clearance, you could buy Zara sweaters for $7.99. So, I mean, twice the price of even Zara's own clearance. But when you see a price like that, you've got to ask yourself, who's going to buy it? And I think the person who's buying that sweater, Zara sweater at $14.99, is the person who's going to wear it, obviously not the reseller. And so these prices are meant to be for people who are not reselling because the profit margins have pretty much been eliminated. And so what I find myself doing is, okay, let me find something that's underpriced and undervalued that's, that they don't understand what it is. And so, yes, it's still a treasure hunt in there. So even though there were $14.99 sweaters and $16.99 for a pair of super cute H&M pants, like all pants aren't going to be $16.99 by H&M, but anything cute, and cute by cute, trendy, they are certainly putting a premium on there. So that prohibits me and probably you from buying it for reselling purposes. And so I was really disappointed going around the Goodwill today, and then I got really lucky. Like, you know how you'll go around the store for a long, long time, and then you just sort of go back, and for some reason it just looks different. And I don't know if it looks different because maybe – I don't know why it looks different, because it isn't necessarily because they put a bunch of new merch in there, but it looked different. So I was going around. I was really disappointed. I'd seen the $14.99 Zara sweaters, and I'd seen all the jackets that used to be $9.99 are now $12.99. They just really upped the price on everything, and things that just aren't worth it. I mean, really scuffed up, worn out things that should actually be going straight to the bins are in there at $14.99 for shoes now and $11.99. Those $7.99 shoes are hard to come by anymore because they aren't using that price point anymore. So, it seems like there's not a lot of thought given to the condition, because something can be completely destroyed, worn out, ragged out, still got, $10, $20 on these shoes. And I don't know who is buying these shoes, but I know it's not me, right? So maybe they're buying them, only they know. But to me, it's really, really unfortunate that this huge price increase. But I'm not completely put off by that, because even with the price increases on the things that are obvious, like it seems to be more lower in mass market produced items like the Gap, H&M, Zara, things that a lot of people know about seems to be the ones that are getting price increases. Super like trendy brands where you know it's because somebody at the Goodwill watched a YouTube video, like some like random brand like Lovers for Love and Lemons or something like that. And it'll suddenly this sweater that would normally be $6.99 is $9.99. So they've really added $3 and $4 to everything. Now, there may be a good reason for doing that. It could be that their revenues are down. Could be they need to expand some programs we don't know about. There could be a lot of reasons that they've changed their prices, or they just feel like they've left too much money on the table. Maybe that's it. We don't know what their motivations are, and I'm not privy to their programs and their costs and things like that. But I do know from a reselling standpoint, it's pretty shocking to see these prices because, things I might normally buy, just, walk on by because the profit isn't there. But the question then becomes, is there still treasure to be found in the Goodwill? And I will say absolutely 100% yes. And today, when I went back to the skirt aisle, I don't know, my eye just sort of went to the ground, and I saw this maxi skirt, and I pulled it out, and I looked, and I thought, oh, this looks very interesting. And this is where you know that the Goodwill pricing is whack. I mean, so they had a Peter Plateau brand new with tags velvet maxi skirt from Neiman Marcus. Still had the Neiman Marcus tag on it, but the Neiman Marcus tag had been cut. So you didn't see the price. And this skirt, I found it online. It's called the Silk Maxi Skirt by Peter Plateau, and there's a name to it. Let me see if I can find the actual name. The Long Devore Velvet Asymmetric Tier Evening Skirt in Paradise Pink. It's for sale right now on ModSense for $2,140. So this skirt was in there, and, of course, I picked it up, and the price was $14.99. So there we have it. I've got a $2,140 skirt I bought for $14.99, but I didn't buy the Zara sweater that was $14.99, right? So you do the math. So, yeah, I just about passed out when I saw the skirt, and that's because Goodwill doesn't know random, and they don't know certain brands. Like, it's so obvious when you go in there. They know Peter Plateau did a collaboration with Target. If you've been following the news, you know that happened. But most of these designers who've done collaborations, they were already established in their own right. So maybe they saw Peter Plateau and didn't know what it was, or was thinking about Target, but that's not what this is. This is the full brand. So, yeah, I got my skirt for $21.40 skirt for $14.99. I'm really excited about that. I also found today, as I was going around, because I was so disappointed by these Guess shoes, I found C by Chloe patchwork maxi skirt that is so adorable. And I found it, right now you can rent it on Rent the Runway for, I guess, around $60. And I found it in there for $9.99. So it retails around $360. I was just thrilled to find that. And to me, that's a real treasure. And the price, $9.99. Okay, again, they don't know what C by Chloe is. I found 2 Sandro shirts. Sandro is usually sold in, like, Bloomingdale's, places like that. They're designed in Paris, but, like, made in places like China. You know how they used to be designed in Paris and made in a foreign country, but now it's all like mass produced. I think this one actually says it's made in Turkey, but it's an adorable T-shirt by Sandro for $3.99 with musical notes on it, and then another one that's black with a daisy on it for $5.99. So I was happy to find that. And then what else did I find? I found a vintage Ungaro. I'm pulling it out of the bag. You can hear me. Skirt for $5.99 because they don't know what Ungaro is, but they know what the Gap is, and they know what Zara is. And they know what Old Navy is. They don't know what this other is. So, yeah, so I just thought we'd talk about it. So, yes, you can still treasure hunt at the Goodwill, but they're a little bit like a Girls Gone Wild video in their pricing. And, it's really disappointing that this has happened, but I'm not going to let it stop me from buying anything. And certainly I've seen all kinds of strange pricing in there. And now that they have this mandate to increase their pricing, it's really interesting to see what gets marked up, because there's a lot of inconsistency, because the people doing the pricing don't know brands like we know brands. And that's really the crux of the matter. I mean, Goodwill's mission is a fantastic mission, is to train people on traditional retail skills. And they may or may not have any background or training in what brands are. And I'm sure that the management has a brand list that they look for to make sure that they price it, a certain way. And I'm sure some things that they look up online to see what the pricing is. But for the most part, the people doing this work at the critical juncture, the most critical juncture is at that point of processing, where they're making that decision to push it to the online auction center, or they're making the decision to keep it in the store. And yes, you can still find amazing pieces in the Goodwill, and you will continue to do so. I mean, I'm looking at limited edition Louis Vuitton nail polish I bought for $34.99. I had the donation coupon, 15% off. And these are selling for a couple $100 online. The person who donated never used it. This should have normally been sent into their online auction, which is shopgoodwill.com. And if you haven't shopped goodwill.com, you definitely should check it out. But it didn't. It ended up in the store. And so I was able to buy that. So, yes, I bought Louis Vuitton. I actually bought also a reel for $24.99, less than 15% coupon. I bought a real Dior hobo bag from probably the late 90s, early 2000s with the logos on it and leather, and I checked it and everything. And so that's whack. They want $24.99 for the Dior bag, which is worth about $600. But they want $14.99 for the Zara Sweaters. So you do the math. So it's just whack in there. And so, yeah, it's a treasure hunt. It will continue to be a treasure hunt. And I think the most important thing is that the really good and unique pieces, they still don't know what that is. The training hasn't caught up, and it's in our favor to be able to go through and find these amazing pieces. And it's really such a thrill to be in there. And Day, the manager, because they all know me, because when you go in a store every day, you know who the people are. You know who your regulars are. So she was asking me, we were talking, and I said, oh, do you go to out of the closet? Because I had one of my returns in out of the closet bag. I said, yeah, but they're closing the one in Pasadena, so y'all are about to get really busy. And so she says, oh, I didn't know that. And she said, well, do you ever shop at the Salvation Army? And I said, no. I said, every time I've gone, I haven't found anything, but I always find something here. And I think every shop has a different donor set, and every shop has a different group of people that, know to donate to them. So it's interesting how I can always find something in the Goodwill. In my estimation, they by far have the best things that I have found at the best prices. And yet we'll never fully understand the scope of what goes in there because it all goes, the good stuff goes to their shop Goodwill. And it's, again, really good stuff, can I tell you. But we'll never really know the full scope of how amazing the donations are because we won't see it in the physical store. And it's unfortunate that they send it off, because I can tell you what, I'd be very happy to pay a premium for good stuff that was in the store. And, everything doesn't need to be on auction. You can just have a premium price right there in the store and, price it high and see what happens. But they haven't gotten to that part yet. And what they consider boutique is not what you and I would probably think is boutique. But anyway, so anyway, this is a little bit of what I wanted to share today about what I found. And let's see, my episode's about to end. Oh, my goodness. So I'm ending. So that's it. This is Jennie Walker with JennieGirl's Closet. If you enjoyed what you heard today, love to hear from you with comments, stars, reviews. If you want to get in touch, check me out on Instagram at JennieGirl's Closet. And I look forward to having you with me on a future episode. And on a future episode, I will go through some more of what I got at the Goodwill. But, yeah, their pricing has changed, but there's still amazing things to be found there. And if I can find a $2,140 skirt for $14.99, less 15%, so can you. So that's it. And this is Jennie Walker reporting on Closet Conversations. And I hope you're having a great day. Look forward to having you with me on a future episode.